all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. Get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Going top shelf for Smith. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6, and the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the first carry from Marshawn Lynch. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Throwing his car on third down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Roethlisberger finding Rodgers, and the Steelers convert on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll go again with Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And he's got room. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Here we go. Ain't no way. All right, get set, fellas.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Carr now on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Extra point up and through. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd down, Lynch. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Express!
Washington on 3rd and short. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now Carr. He finds Roberts complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Get set, get set.
First down, the run with Lynch. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
6-18.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Back now in Pittsburgh. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he coughed it up, and the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Lynch. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Out left side here to Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Carr now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd down, Carr, and he finds Cook. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A Raiders 1st down, Carr hooking up with Cook.
Get set, fellas. Later, 2.
On the give, this is Lynch. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Back to throw. pass out is complete to Rodgers. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run again with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On third down, they go Lynch. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
Feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts had turned to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda said this.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Roethlisberger. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Being chased down left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Hurry up.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On the counter, here's Bell. And some room to maneuver. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Again, it's Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Third and 2, now Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Bring up.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Rodgers now on first down. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
26.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Now look out, Rodgers wants the football. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking for Eli Rogers that time. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken short. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Hurry up.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever they do.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him for a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on third down. And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got Rodgers. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Bell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's go!
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Clay Matthews in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Clay Matthews in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. Rodgers looking to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hey, check 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
On any pass that's in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Rodgers throwing here. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jimmy Graham from a yard out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points, and then
Hey. Okay. Pocket through big day sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket through big day sumo. Pocket through big day sumo. Pocket through big day sumo. sumo. Call like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her no Chad Hugo. Pockets too big, they sumo. 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 Tell me who the hottest that you know. If it ain't me, you Curry get the flame calling Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about $1. More money, me, more problems.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Here's the former Seminole Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go!
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Justin Ellis in on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
All right, let's go get it now, all right?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Snickers, you got to spin. That, like 20.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Carr
going to try and throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. This one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. First down Raiders, the former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. Handoff comes to Lynch. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And Nelson's got it here right side. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Lynch. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
6:37.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
694.
He'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts? What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
They'll go again with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Got to love what they're doing on offense right now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 4 down, check.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Twisting away. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. They may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On On second down, it's Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Roethlisberger. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Raiders pick it up.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Go, go. Get set, get set. Hey, D-line, let's get in there, let's get in there.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Hurry, get set, fellas.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. First down, the run with Lynch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And this is Cook with the grab. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Carr gives to Marshawn. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. To throw on second down. Carr over the middle. It's Jared Cook. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking to throw on second down. Carr flushed out. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him not get through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
we go. Hurry up, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Show that bench release and go. Set! 180! Back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. He gives it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And if the Steelers can convert the extra point, they will have the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Boswell on now to kick this one away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. On second down, Lynch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of down. 2 timeouts left, still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Back to throw. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
To throw his car. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up defensively.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Carr now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. One final try now for Carr. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon.